The open road is lonely, dangerous, and tranquil. Many have tried and only few have succeeded. The ones that have succeeded are known as truck drivers. What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? This is your boy, Trucker Sailor 1911. I'm going to do a video on this 2019 International LT. So, let's first start out looking at the gauges here. Alright, I don't know if anybody knows what the previous gauges. This LT is the new version of the Pro Star, pretty much. They stopped making the Pro Star, now they're making the LTs. Well, they changed the gauge cluster. And as you can see, you got your tack over here, and you got your oil pressure, then you got your water temperature, and you got your primary air gauge, secondary air gauge, fuel, speedometer, DEF. Now, this little screen right here is pretty nice. Alright, I have it set on a fuel economy section, but if you start up at the top here, you got your digital speedometer, and then you got your total miles still empty on your tanks, and then your fuel economy, and this is your trip 1 and then trip 2. Alright, and that's the main part. And the way you control this is by this little switch down here. This is how you control it: up, down, left, right, back, push in for OK. Alright, so that's your first, that's your trip. Now you got gauges. Alright, and it highlights each gauge. So my gauges. Click OK, and you got digital speed, speedometer, and then you got engine oil temperature. And then that's pretty much all this one has. The other, it depends on the options you have for your vehicle or for the truck. Then you have vehicle, which it shows your battery, and then it shows your miles per hour. That's pretty much all it does for the vehicle. And then you have engine, and that does oil temperature, and that's all it has. And then you got the transmission. There ain't nothing for the transmission, so you know, gauge available. And you got axle. There's no gauges for the axles, not on this truck, but you can get them where they are. Let's back up out of that. That was gauges, and you got alerts, which is for, you know, you got vehicle, then you got engine, ABS, transmission. If there's any kind of faults, check engine light comes on. This is where it tells what it is. It doesn't give a lot of description. It just pretty much tells you there's something wrong with this, blah, 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 BS. And oh yeah, every time you hit back to start over again, it takes you back to trip. That's your alerts, and you have setup. So you got like display off, which if you touch display off, it just turns the screen off. That's all it is. Touch OK, it comes back. And then you got display settings, like you can change backlit, display backlit, manual, auto. I'll leave it in auto. Let's see. Come on now. And then you got your units and language. That's pretty much it there. Then you got gauge viewing settings. You got my gauges, and then top corner gauges. Top corner gauges is this gauge here and this gauge here. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing when I'm looking through the camera. But yeah, you can change them. Like if you go to top gauge, it does the left. Like I have it set on the outside temperature, and it's pretty accurate. But you get like fuel range, instant fuel, none, oil temperature, battery voltage, stuff like that, speed. I always leave it on the outside temperature. Oh, the truck's about to shut off. Yeah, that little light when it comes on, the truck's going to shut off. You got to rev it up. Our truck shut off if it's below 68 degrees. Let's see. Let me where's my thingy? Outside temperature, and the same thing over here. Pretty much the same thing. That's pretty much there, and you have reset, which turns it back to the factory settings. All right, so and then you got PTO. If you've got a PTO, that'll show up right there, which this truck doesn't have a PTO. And then truck, this is very cool. This is the weight gauge on your rear axle. See, it shows how many pounds you have in your rear axle right here. Now I'm empty. I'm just got an empty trailer on me, so that's why it's only 12,332 pounds. But it's not 100% accurate. It's off about 1,300 pounds. That's because I don't think it calculates for fuel. It just calculates the weight of everything else. So that's pretty much up with the gauge cluster here. That's new with it. And I just always go back to my fuel economy. I always leave it right there. All right, now you got these gauges right here. All right, it is an auto, unfortunately. So this tells you when you put it in gear. All right, so you got drive, neutral, reverse. Now this truck has a low setting too. So let me put my foot on the brake. There's low, see it changed to low, and then you have drive and back to neutral. All right, this tells you what gear you're in. Here's your mileage, of course, and this right here, it only does it when you're driving, but it's for the radar sensor up front. And when you have your cruise control on, it tells you what, right here, it'll tell you what speed your cruise is set at, and it has a little picture of a truck, and it says ACC, which means automatic cruise control, and it's got the little waves coming out of the front of the truck, and right here it tells you the speed of the vehicle in front of you. That's all it tells you. It doesn't tell you distance or seconds or nothing, just speed. When the lights, the ACC and the little radar signal turn orange from green, you're too close, and it'll start beeping, beep, 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 beep. It's kind of annoying, but that's how they have it set up. So that's the gauge cluster. So now let's look at the steering wheel. All right, so right here, this is all for cruise. That's all for cruise. This right here flashes your marker lights, parking lights, and clearance lights. This here is all for your Bluetooth for the stereo. This flashes your headlights. Now they did change the locks and stuff for your mirrors and stuff. Is a little bit more refined, a little bit better. And then down here, this is your light. You got auto, off, marker lights, parking lights, clearance lights, and then you have your normal beams. And this right here controls the brightness of the gauge cluster, but since the truck's just running, I don't have the lights on, it won't change. This is a lamp check. This is something new they added to the International. You touch that, it makes all your lights flash and everything, and that's your work lights on the back. And then of course you got your turn signal selector here with your windshield wipers and sprayer and all that. That's pretty much nothing's changed with that. Now you have the automatic doohickey piece of crap shifter over here for the autos. All right, so it's just like the Freightliners, but it turns on the end here. Now if you don't have your foot on the brake, it's just going to beep at you. See, it's beeping at me because I didn't have my foot on the brake. But you know, you got drive, and then you got low, and you got reverse. And your Jake brakes are all right here, you know, third all the way down as high as it'll go, then medium, then low, then off. Manual mode, you just push it in, you know, put it in manual mode, and then you touch it again, it puts in auto. This is a 10-speed auto. I like this a lot better than the Freightliner DT12 because it actually shifts like a manual and acts like a manual. If you ain't got your foot all the way on the brake, it'll want to roll just like a manual with the clutch pushed in. So I do like this truck a little bit better for auto, but it's still auto. It still does a weird auto shit. Now one of the downfalls to this manual is anything, if you're above 7th gear, if you're in 8th gear or higher, it will not let you put it in manual mode. It just beeps at you. But you can still push down or up to switch to gears. And I like that. Now when you start out, when you first start out, you see down there, you can see how it says 3rd gear. All right, you push down, it'll go into 2nd. Push back up, it'll go to 3rd. I always like to take off in 2nd unless I'm empty. But that's pretty much that. Now they have completely changed. I'll get a bigger picture of the dash because they have completely changed this dash. So you got this little spot here. You got a cigarette lighter hookup right here, a DC outlet, and you have a USB port right here. And then that's where our Qualcomm's mounted. And this is a little shelf right here. It goes all the way under the Qualcomm. And in some of the trucks, if they don't have a Qualcomm here, like if you buy your own truck, it has gauges right behind where that's mounted. All right, so trailer brake, stereo. It's got the same Pan Pacific stereo that most trucks all have, but this one doesn't have the CD player. It kind of sucks because I have CDs I play, but it still has auxiliary and it still has a USB. It is Bluetooth enabled. But they come in all the ranges. They come with Bluetooth, Sirius radio, CD player, all that stuff. But that's pretty much the base model. But it works pretty well. I mean, it's a little bit better than the older ones. It works a little bit better. Let me move my spare Bluetooth out of the way so you can see the buttons here. All right, this is your four-wheel drive for the rear. Power divide lock. That's what that is. This is for traction control, hill assist. This is for your interior lights. All the way up turns the cab on. All your cab lights on the inside, on the doors and above you and everything. You put it in the center. It takes a second. It takes about 10 seconds. They'll turn off. But that's for the doors. So when you open the doors, it'll turn on, and then all the way off is all the way off. This is for your sleeper, up and on. See how it flashed? Now this is for your bottom lights. See, it's got a red one. It's also got one in the back. It's kind of, you can see it down there where my coffee pot is. Guys like to drive with them on. And then you got your air slide fifth wheel, hazards. This controls the heat and AC in the bunk. This controls fan speed in the bunk. Fifth wheel unlock button, so you can unlock your fifth wheel without having to pull the handle. Very nice. Park regen. Doesn't have anything here. Our new trucks don't have the air dump valve for your airbags in the rear, which sucks. I hate that, but what can you do? I'm a company driver. They don't ask my fucking opinion. This shit right here. This is to lock your truck so you can leave it running, and nobody can take it without the lock code. But they disable it in our trucks for a good reason, because people will leave these trucks sitting and they have to recover them, and that just starts a whole mess of shit, because then they got to get International come out and fix all this, and this stops the truck, the engine override, whatever. But in some of them, I've seen them put another open little container, like right here. I've got something stuck in there, but like that here, put gauges here, or vice versa. And then, of course, you know, you got your your tractor brake and trailer brake. I wasn't looking at the camera, sorry. Then you got another cigarette lighter, DC outlet, another USB plug. They're not real powerful. I think they're like 1.6 amps, but they do work, you know, charge Bluetooth on or your phone. But I always use my little cigarette lighter when I have up there. And then you have your HVAC system for the front, you know, AC, circulate, then max defrost, you know, and all that. Now they have changed this, the way it works. It is awesome. If you like a good cold AC, this motherfucker will freeze you out. It works awesome for the AC. It's been summer, so I haven't tried the heat. And then you got your little drink holders, a little storage thing. It's got a little storage thing down here I got stuff in. Plus it's got a built-in USB right here, and I don't know if that's to charge something that uses a USB, like if you have a tablet or whatever, but that's what that's for. And that's pretty much all they've changed. I mean, they've changed the doors a little bit. You got your cup holder right here in the door, like most trucks, in a little pocket. That's all they've really changed up here. Now, let me get over here on the passenger side and show you the way it looks. All right, they changed the dash a little bit. Doesn't have a glove box, but this is where your fuses are. And then dash and door panel's about the same. And you got your little lights here, and you got one on the driver's side. Let's back up a little bit so you can actually see that dash. It looks a lot better than the original ProStars, in my opinion. It's laid out a lot better, stuff like that. Now, other than that, top hasn't changed very much. You know, you got your CV hookup, you got the little cabinet here, and you put stuff in, you know. Plus, it's got the nifty little truck just shut off. It's got the nifty little paper towel holder that all ProStars had before. And then you got your little storage area up there. I got all kinds of little crap stuff up there, you know. Now this, I added this. This right here is to hold my little cooker and my little shelf right here. And I got my bread sitting up here. I added this little there. You know, some of these little bungee straps to hold everything in and to help hold it from moving, because they don't have support out here. But a couple screws and a little thing keeps it from falling. The best damn $15 I ever spent. Get that shit up off the ground, I'll tell you that much. Now, the bunk, let's go to the bunk. They haven't changed much with these sleepers from what they were before in the Pro Stars, but they have changed some things. Now, they have a TV mount right here, and they got the little light that you can turn off and on right here. They got a TV mount, but it only swivels up against the wall and up against the TV. That's the only place it swivels. Plus, you got the strap to hold stuff in. Now, I've got my fridge sitting in the floor because it doesn't have the hole for the fridge. Behind the fridge, my fridge, is where your fridge would normally go. If you get buy one, it gets one. But it's mine don't have it. If you look, you can see it's got 3 drawers there. Plus, it's still got the little pull-out table that you can pull out, just eat on and everything. That's pretty standard in all Pro Stars on a sleeper. But I put my fridge, it won't fit nowhere, so I just set it in the floor, you know. Now, you got your closet, and that's your step. You get up, you got your closet here. And this is the spot where I put my microwave. It's got the strap on it. You can't really see it, but it's got the strap right here. Then you got your closet, another storage area. This right here is my own thing. My wife bought it. It's actually a shoe rack, but you know what? It come in very handy to put knickknacks in. Bunk is fixed. I'd say they make ones that are not fixed, but the ones in ours are all fixed for the top bunk. But there's enough room. I'm 6'3", and I can sit on the bed and can still won't hit my head on it sitting on the bed. And Star Wars, yes, I'm a big Star Wars fan, if you don't already know that. So I'm gonna get to bed and sit down and show you a little bit of differences back here. I know it's kind of dark. Hang on, more light, more light. There we go. Now you got your little under shelf. That's where I put my DVD player, my Xbox. And then you got your window, and that's all my DVDs and games I set over there. And you know, you got the speakers on the back wall. And then this right here is pretty nifty. It's basically the same. You know, you got your bunk heater, and this controls your sleeper lights and your floor lights. Your accent lights are the very lights on the very top of the roof above the top bunk. If you turn them on, you can control them with this. That's what that's for. And then of course you got your AC controls, and there's a cigarette plug right here. And then this is one of the coolest features I think about this. Let me turn the light on for it. You can control your stereo from right here. See, it's auxiliary by time, and then you know you can touch it, and you got your bass control, treble or mids, treble. Come on, there you go. So you can change everything. You can control your stereo from back here. So you can turn it off and on, set your alarm and all that stuff from right here. That's a cool feature that I added. And another cool feature, let's see if I can move myself around, is the way they changed the book lamp, or the book reading lamp, or whatever you want to call it. Instead of the thing it used to be, it was just a round light that stuck out a little bit and you can move it around a little bit. They actually added an actual real light. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you, but that's pretty cool. And then you have let me get my big butt up, hang on. Oh, then you got your other shelf under the bunk. Now upstairs they haven't changed a lot, but they did add a fan upstairs. You have a fan up there that's bolted into the wall that's got an on and off switch on it. That's pretty cool. The windows are pretty much the same. You have back here, it's kind of hard to see, but you do have a little storage area, and it's got a cup holder in it, and it's got a DC outlet plug. Plus, it's got one of them nice map reader lights right there. They do, for some reason, put the nets in these internationals where you have a net for the top bunk, but it is illegal to sleep up there when the truck is in motion. Plus, if you look up here, there's a storage thing for somebody that's up in the top bunk. You know, put their drink in or whatever, their cell phone, whatnot. But that is pretty much it with the new International LT. Now, you can lift the bunk up, and it's got the storage under the bunk, of course. It's still cut out, so like I showed you earlier with the red light, that's where I keep my coffee pot, and that's where my inverter's at. But it's got that. You can lift the bunk up. It's got the storage under the bunk. And they've changed the outside of it. I'm gonna turn some lights off. They've changed the way the International Oh, forgot to show you one other cool feature. All right, seats are basically the same, but this is very, very awesome. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Get the steering wheel out of the way. All right. So if you slide your seat forward a little bit, there's a nifty little lever right here, and the seat swivels. Check that out. So you want to watch TV, there you go. There's my TV. So you can swivel the seat around and send it kind of like the T680 Kenworth. The passenger seat swivels around. That's what this one does. But the only downfall is you have to slide your seat all the way, not all the way forward, but close to it, and then slide it back to where you want it once you're done. But that's pretty much everything from the new LT International. I mean, they did change the outside a little bit, you know. They changed the headlights and the mirror placement and the way the mirrors look and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give you a little new insight of what the new LTs look like. There is a lot of changes and some things that are still the same as the Pro Stars. So I'm going to end this video. I know it was a little bit long, but a lot to show. These are a lot better than they used to be. They don't ride like a log wagon like the old Pro Stars do. So if you get a chance to check one out, drive one, I suggest doing it. Alright, this is your boy, Trucker Sailor 1911. Y'all keep her safe out there, shiny side up, dirty side down, and keep her in between the ditches. Peace out.